Well, as the day went on, the rigging table was a little short-handed that day, so um, me and another welder, we kind of swapped half a shift and half a shift helping the rigging table. So the second half, I went to help the rigging table. As we were building a joist, I was on the right end, and when the air jacks came up, they all picked up the cord, and I picked it up, and I was trying to catch up. When we dropped it, we usually put our left hand in, like kind of inside, and then put the right one on the bottom. And this joist had no crimp verticals, it had no crimp webbing at all. So the core fell in the table, and there was a bunk that was not being utilized for anything. And when it fell in the table, all my fingers were in there. But I was quick enough to pull my hand out, and it did pinch my middle finger. It wasn't. It did quite a bit of damage to it, but I still feel very blessed that it didn't took all four of them. I have a procedure. I had a procedure done where I don't know what you call that, but all of that came off, and they stitched it back on, and and all of this turned like purple, black, and when you press it to the touch, you can see liquid coming out, and it had a pretty foul odor. So I had a procedure done to see they took it off. They wanted to see if it was infected or if it was healing on the inside. And luckily, it was all the piece that I got pinched off. It acted kind of like a glove, and that piece was rotten, but it wasn't letting no infection or nothing on it. The day after, it was actually my niece's. It's a tradition that we have a quinceañera. The day after that happened on, I believe, on a Friday, and the day after was her quinceañera. I still got to dance with her, but it wasn't the same. I couldn't, 'cause I was in pain, and I couldn't even touch my finger. And I have an 18-year-old. I tell them all the time, new guys that come in the division, new hires. I always try to share my story. I always try to prevent it from happening again. Yeah, I can use my hand at 100%. I mean, I don't feel no limitations. It's the feeling is never the same on the finger. Like it has a weird feeling on it when I touch it or when I press it, and if I hit it really hard, it still hurts more than any other finger. The biggest takeaway from that is that I had a little boy. He was maybe about a year old, and at the time, when they throw their little hands, they want to be picked up. I couldn't really pick them up. Every time I picked them up, I would hurt them because I had to pick them up by one hand. So I think that was one of the biggest takeaways for me. Ask questions. If you're not sure, ask. Yes, I was a lead welder, but and I prior been a lead rigger, but I've never been a lead rigger on long span. So whenever you're coming into a new area, even if you've been in this division for 5, 6, or however many number of years, we're not going to know everything about it, every single position. So whenever you're trying to help out, ask questions. What are the hazards? What I need to be watching out for? And I've helped the rigging table before, but I just, it never came to mind. But always ask questions. It doesn't matter how small the incident is or how big it is. It still has the potential to impact your life, and I think that's what stuck with me the most.